I've always been told that the organ is the king of instruments. The first time that I walked into the Paramount Theater, I learned about the history of this theater as a film theater and learned about the history of the iconic organ that resides and exists in the Paramount Theater. And immediately I wanted to program an organ concert, something that celebrates this organ. But I also wanted to find a way to bring my own background and my own experience. The concert opens with Clarissa Saad's Bahia and Blues. Clarissa's background in Brazilian music and Brazilian folk influences combined with the blues traditions of the Deep South and of America. I think it's a great way to open this concert and prepare the chaos that will ensue from having these two organs on stage. Growing up having played Hammond B3 organ and having that as a sound that was so familiar to me, I went scouring the earth for a Hammond organ concerto. Someone had to have written a piece for Hammond organ and orchestra. And I was so excited when I found out that Brian Neighbors had written a piece in 2020 for himself to perform as a Hammond organist. And so I'm so excited to be bringing this piece, an instrument that I love and a composer that I've grown to love, to Oakland and preparing these two organs, these two very different instruments that come from a very similar origin background together on a program. I don't think there's anything more Oakland than pairing a Hammond organ concerto with the Saint-Saëns organ symphony together. Brian Neighbors showcases the jazz and funk and gospel influences very heavily in his organ concerto. By the end of the first half, everyone will be on their feet just by how amazing and how bombastic and how lively this Hammond organ concerto is. The Saint-Saëns Organ Symphony is an interesting work in that the organ doesn't show up until much later in the piece. First as a very quiet, prayerful melody, and it isn't until the end of the piece where you really get the full force of the pipe organ. This piece celebrates how the orchestra and the organ are often in dialogue with each other. Saint-Saëns does such a beautiful job of juxtaposing the two instruments and also combining them. I think you will actually probably feel the Paramount Theater rattle and shake by the time we get to the end of this piece.